Get your money, don't care who judge. Stay out the way, surround yourself with nothing but love. Stay out the way, if you a gangster, killer or thug. Stay out the way, put your faith in the man above. Stay out the way, chill with your family, siblings and blood. Stay out the way, kick it with your girl, forget hit in the club. Stay out the way, mind on your money, ain't no switching it up. Stay out the way, stand out the way, what you thought that it was. Stay out the way. If you stuck down on your luck, not feeling righteous, did a petty crime, just looking for some excitement. Now your name on affidavits and court indictments, get paid for a lot, but your freedom is priceless. You did the crime, you do the time, don't let it surprise you. Real stories from the heart, just to open your eyes up.
Part 3, gang, y'all, let's get it, y'all. Part 3, gang, y'all. Like, share, subscribe, y'all. Let's get it. Let's go. That joke was crazy, man. Young boy from Petersburg said, man, yeah, they took his pack. I was like, bro, you lying, man. That's where Reese was like, what? They did what? He was like, yeah, they took it, bro. Like, he was like, they ain't beat him up or nothing. They just went in there and just took it from him. I'm like, man, get out of here, man. He was like, man, I'm telling you, man. I said, bro, listen, I just went to his door, bro. The man said he ain't got no fees, he ain't got nothing. You know what I mean? He was like, what? I ain't got nothing. He the one getting the pack. I'm like, man, that joke crazy. So the young boy was like, man, I'm telling you, that's what they did. So I look over, I see Taz and them all over. Taz and them sleep in cell 22. Him and his roommate from Richmond, him and his other 2 homeboys standing over there. So they kneeling, Taz kneeling down, but he got the posture of, yeah, I just did that. Yeah, I just did that. Yeah, I don't even care he from Norfolk. Yeah, I don't care he from Norfolk. So I'm looking at the joint like, shh, like for real, bro, a cream puff? Like, bro, let somebody take something from him? You want to cross the borderline, go all the way up the interstate and mess with the 804 mob, and you get robbed? I'm like, man, nah, man, this ain't happening, man. This ain't happening, man. So Reese like, nah, bro, we can't let that go, Weezy, man. I'm like, bro, what you mean we can't let that go? Bro, don't mess with us, bro. What you mean? You ready to stick your neck out there and run with a Richmond mob behind somebody on rock with us? He be like, yeah, you right, man. I'm just saying, used to that though, Weezy, man. I was like, bro, me either. You think I'm used to that? I was like, but this man do not rock with us, man. This man do not rock with us, man. I'm like, this is crazy right here, man. I was like, man, we gotta do something though. He was like, what we gonna do? I was like, bro, we gotta go holler at him, man. We gotta go holler at him, man. I was like, man, first thing first though, bro. Like, he told me he wanted to be Dolo and all this, you know what I mean? So Reese was like, man, nah, we need to go holler at Taz. You know what I mean? Cause he was like, we go holler at him, we gonna let Taz know that they ain't messing with him. You know what I mean? We gonna end up holding dude down. He gonna give us the pack. So I'm like, man, I don't know, that could work. I was like, but bro, he don't rock with us though, bro. So I don't know if that's gonna work, man. He was like, nah, let's go holler at Taz, man. He was like, dude, Taz a real dude. He was like, he understand, you know what I mean? So I'm like, shh. I'm like, all right, bro. He was like, come on. So we start walking back to our cell 22. So we get closer. You see them looking at us as we getting back there. So we get back there, we stop. Homeboy Reese was like, hey, Taz. Hey, can I holler at you for 1 second? He was like, he got up. He was like, what's up, short? He walked over there where we was at. Reese was like, hey, look, man, y'all robbed our homeboy, man. He was like, nah, I ain't robbed him. He was like, man, they say you robbed him. He was like, nah, I just took it from him. You know what I mean? I ain't robbed him. I just took it from him. You know what I mean? So he was like, why you take it from him? He was like, cuz, man, like, you know, Top was dealing with him and stuff. You know, he tried to switch the play when Top left, man. Like, you know, that jump kind of made me angry. And I know y'all don't rock with him, so I said, F it. So I'm like, I couldn't do nothing but laugh when he said that. You know what I mean? He was like, yeah, like, you know, like, it ain't like, you know, if y'all was messing with him, I wouldn't have done it still, though. He was like, I see y'all ain't rocking with him, so like, you know, how he cut his whole city off. So like, I'm like, man, this joke crazy, man. So Reese was like, man, I'm saying though, like, man, real talk though, man. Like, you know, even though he a lame and stuff though, man, like, man, I can't really be standing around watching dudes from my city get robbed though, bro. He was like, man, listen, I ain't pulling no weapon out on that man. I ain't punched that man in the face. I ain't do nothing to him, shawty. I just freaking just took his pack. That's all I did. He said, it was on the table. He said, I just grabbed it and walked out. He said, he ain't stopped me or nothing. I said, he ain't stopped me. He was like, he ain't stopped me or nothing. That joke crazy, man. So that's when I was like, yo, look, y'all did what y'all did, man. I understand. You know what I mean? You know, it happens, you know, but I'm about to go holler at him, man. I'm about to go make sure everything good though, man. But like on some real talk though, bro, like, you know what I mean? Like he about to turn, they're not rocking with his city. He about to change that, bro. He about to change that, man. So the bro Taz was like, man, good luck. Good luck, cause he don't rock with y'all, man. I'm telling you, man, he don't rock with y'all, man. I'm telling you what I know, short. I'm like, what he be in the junk talking about us? He was like, man, he ain't rock with y'all, man. He said you was an idiot, man, for letting your man hold that pack getting the junk flush. I'm like, bro called me an idiot, man. He was like, yeah. He was like, man, he a lame, man. He was like, man, he an opportunist, man. Like, you know, like he just a lame. Like, I'm like, you know, I didn't feel right hearing somebody talk about somebody from where I'm from like this, man. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all, man. Like, when he was saying these words, and I was listening to what he was saying, I was like, it's freaking coward, y'all. So boom. Like, this junk, wow. I was like, man, I can't believe bro did like this. And I was like, man, this is some of the lamest stuff that I have witnessed from somebody from my town, y'all. I'm being honest with y'all, man. Like, you know, every town goes through situations like this where they have people like this, man. But like, these are the things that's happening in penitentiary, man. Like, you know, I can relate. I can relate, man, because I got crossed by somebody as well, man. You know what I mean? From Norfolk, man, in both prisons, Sussex 2 and Lawrenceville, man. My getting crossed got happened when I went to 3D. That happened to me. So this is before that. And I got crossed again on Lawrenceville, man. So like, when that happens to you, I can understand the rage, but I don't take it out on everybody. I take it out on who I think that's involved from the town. Now, if you involved, then just stay away from me, man. Yeah, I'm gonna have attitude like Bryce, you know what I mean? But like, I'm not taking it out on everybody from my city, and I'm gonna start dealing with somebody else's city. Like, that's just not how to move. He did all the wrong things. I understand he wants to get money and he's doing business, and can't nobody tell him how to do business. And business isn't about where you from. I get it. It's about green. But at the same time, though, prison is different, y'all. People look at stuff different. People understand things differently. Like, so I might be telling y'all this and y'all might still don't understand, but this is how prison is. People that been locked up before, they definitely understand where I'm coming from, man, because the way he was moving and the things he did weren't right. He lucky he didn't do what Reese was telling us to do, man. You know what I mean? Reese wanted me to go in that jump and rob the dude, man, because like, after he carried us, after that situation, like, I felt like that's what he probably needed. But I didn't want to do that. I didn't want to stoop to that level because that's not what I do. You know what I mean? Of course I did it on the street, but that's not what I was doing. That's not what I was doing in penitentiary, y'all. I'm not a robber in penitentiary, y'all. So boom. So I had to just let it go, man. But like, you know, after bro gave us all that information, he wasn't even mad that he took the pack from bro, man. Like, you know what I mean? I was like, yo, look, bro. I said, look, man. I told Taz, this was my last words. I said, yo, look. I said, man, look. I know ain't nothing getting back, bro. I get that. You know what I mean? He was like, oh, no, I ain't giving nothing back, Sean. I was like, well, look. We trying to spend $100. You know what I mean? Can we spend $100, bro? He was like, yeah, you spend $100. He said, you spend $100, I'll give you $200. I was like, for real? He was like, yeah. I said, all right, well, the $100 you have to get it from Western Union like in a couple days. He was like, all right, bet. He was like, you want it now? I was like, yeah. So we did, went in the sale. You know what I mean? When I got our work right, came back out, gave it to us, dapped us up, told us, man, look, y'all watch out for that clown, man. Dude, a clown, man. So boom. And I felt like he was right. Dude is a clown. Dude is a real clown, man. I don't care where he's from, man. That man could have grew up with my mama, man. Him and my mama could have went, his mama and my mama could have went to high school together, man. I don't care. This man is a liability in penitentiary, man. And like, I don't deal with liabilities, man. This man will have us in there going crazy about what? About this? This man is a cream puff, man. This man is letting the people take his pack. And he didn't do nothing, man. We had to have a conversation about this, man. I don't care if he sleep. I don't care about how he feeling. We got to have a conversation about this, man. So I went up to his door and I told bro to go down to the booth and tell the lady open his door. And I just was going to push up in his room and holler at him. And I was going to jam it up and let Reese come in there after me. So Reese went down there and got his door, but his door opened up. He probably thought it was his roommate coming in, so he didn't get up and look. He didn't do anything. I politely went up the steps and walked right in his cell. Boom, I walked right in his cell. He got his back turned again. So I waited. I ain't even say nothing. I'm in his room, standing by the toilet. He don't even look back because there's a lot of noise in the pod. He's not looking. So I'm standing in his door like this. I look, Reese come up there. Reese was like, what's up? When he heard Reese, he turned around. I'm like, yo, look. The lady closed the door. Boom. I said, yo, look, man, we need to holler at you, man. He was like, you gotta holler at me for what y'all doing in my room? I said, man, listen, man, first of all, calm down. That's what you need to do. Reese was like, yeah, calm down, bro. Calm down, bro, because all that screaming you was doing that day at the table, bro, that's a rap, bro. Calm down, bro. He was like, he sat up on his bed. He was like, what's up? I was like, what you mean, what's up, man? How you let them dudes take your pack, man? How you let them dudes take your pack? He was like, man, I mean, it was 3 on. I was like, so what, bro? You supposed to fight, bro? I said, bro, we would have seen you up there getting banked, bro. You think we just gonna let you get banked, bro? He was like, I told y'all I wanted to be Dolo, so like, y'all don't owe me no obligation to help me out. You know what I mean? I told you in your face, Weezy, I wanted to be Dolo. I'm like, bro, I get it, bro, but still, I don't want to watch no Richmond dudes just beat you up in my face, bro. He was like, see, I just ain't used to that type of stuff, man. The Norfolk dudes, these dudes be, man, like, I got my family out there I deal with, man, but everybody that I met in penitentiary, man, a lot of them be trying to cross me. They be jealous, all. I'm like, bro, listen, that's irrelevant, bro. I said, bro, listen, you came in the pod with 2 real dudes from the town, bro. I said, all I was simply asking you is if we can just get 1 play, then you can get the rest of the plays, bro. I said, we ain't trying to take your play or take over the play like the Richmond mob doing. I said, why you think they was hanging with you, bro? He said, I was doing business with Top. But I said, bro, I don't care about that, bro. I said, they flocked around you like vultures, bro, because they saw that you won't dealing with us. That's what it was, man. He was like, what's up, though, man? What y'all want to talk to me about, though, man? I said, bro, look, we want to talk to you about this, man. We already hollered at Taz. We told Taz that ain't jumping no more, man. Ain't nobody taking your pack. I said, now that pack he took, he's not giving that pack back. Don't worry about that pack. That pack is over with. You're not getting that pack back. I said, now, future packs, he's not going to be able to mess with you, bro. You already told him, man, like, yo, look, we about to go holler at you. We about to put this thing right back on track the way it's supposed to be. You know what I mean? We about to put it right back the way it's supposed to be. He was like, how it's supposed to be? I was like, bro, how it's supposed to be in the beginning? I said, bro, I appreciated that you at least gave us a zip, bro. You threw us a zip on the arm. I said, a lot of people wouldn't do that. I'm gonna be honest with you, Bryce, man. A lot of people wouldn't do that. So you gave us a whole ounce on the arm. I said, you gave us a whole zip on the arm, bro. I said, it just was the bad luck of the draw, man. They ran down on my man. You know what I mean? Reese was like, damn, you was treating me like it was my fault. And the police came straight to my door and I won't mess with no la-la or nothing. I won't blazing no la-la or nothing, bro. You act like it was my fault. So Bryce was sitting there like, I'm saying though, you gotta take responsibility though. Like, this work ain't easy to get. This work ain't easy to get, man. So I'm like, look, let me ask you a question. He was like, what? I said, man, how much did Taz take, man? He was like, 2 ounces. I was like, he took 2 ounces from me? He was like, I said, 2 ounces, bro? He was like, I was like, man, why you ain't fight him, bro? He was like, man, it was 3 of them. I said, man, you keep saying that. What that got to do with anything? He said, man, I wasn't expecting for y'all to help me, man. You think I was expecting for y'all to help me, man? I got to handle my own business. I said, well, how you gonna handle business on the Richmond mob? And you ain't even handle business when they took your pack. He was like, man, it ain't about that, Weezer, man. It ain't about that, man. They need me, man. They need me. I said, look, that's over with, bro. That's a wrap, man. I said, look, you want to continue getting money? You want to continue looking out for that lady that be bringing you to work, bro? I said, bro, you got to let us handle the work, man. You got to let us handle the work. I said, furthermore, I said, let us get the next pack, then you can get the next pack. I said, we go pack for pack, bro. Then when we still get the pack, your pack, we gonna sell your pack for you. He was like, man, I gotta go first though, man. I gotta go first though. I was like, bro, what you mean you gotta go first? I said, let us go first, bro. I said, bro, you just threw us to the ocean, bro. Like you ain't care about us, bro. You basically said you ain't give a damn what happened to us, bro. You mean you let you go first? I said, nah, we gotta go first, man. He was like, nah, I can let y'all rock. I can let y'all rock. Reese was like, yeah, I bet you can let us rock now, huh? He was like, man, I can let y'all rock, man, but I gotta rock first, man, because I just took that loss. You know I just took that loss, so I gotta rock first. I'm like, man, shh, this junk crazy, man. I'm like, this junk crazy, man. He was like, man, you know, if I ain't took that loss, then it wouldn't have been like this, man. But you know, since I took the loss, you know what I mean? I'm like, I walked back towards the door, man. I just looked. I just seen Reese. Reese was like, I seen Reese. I seen him sizing him up like the whole time. The whole time seeing Reese sizing him up, man. Reese, before I could say anything, I just seen the punch coming. Reese hit his ass. Reese caught him, man. He was like, Reese was like, yeah, that's you carrying us in front of the whole pod. What's up? What's up? What you trying to do? Watch out, Weezy. Watch out, Weezy. I watched out the way too. And he like, nah, Weezy, watch out. I stood on the toilet. I was like, I got on the toilet. I got out of the way. You hear me? This word. Reese was like, what's up? What's up? What's good? What's good? This man said, I deserve that. I deserve that. I deserve that. He went and looked in the mirror. He turned his back on Reese and everything. He was like, I deserve that. I deserve that now. Can we do business? Can we do business now? I'm like, well, why we had to go through all of this, man? I was like, yo, chill, Reese, man. Reese was like, nah, bro, I owed him that, bro. When he talked to me like that, bro, I owed him that. I was like, man, chill out, man. You know what I mean? I was like, man, look, bro, why we had to go through all this to do business, bro? I said, man, for God's sakes, we're from the same town, bro. He was like, yeah, man, that town stuff don't mean nothing to we. I was like, all right, bro, I get it. But at the end of the day, though, bro, like, you just left us on stuck for nothing, bro. You act like you came around 2 lanes or something, bro. He was like, nah, man, I just ain't used to dealing with dudes that, you know what I mean, keep it a band, you know, like, all this. I'm like, bro, look, bro, like, we got to get this back on track, man. I said, when you getting that pack again, bro? You know what I mean? He was like, man, next week. I mean, I'm like, bro, listen, bro. don't talk to Taz and them no more, bro. I said, if Taz and them pull up on you about anything, bro, tell them holler at us, bro. He was like, man, I'm saying, dude, like, you know what I mean? I don't want him to think that, you know, I can't hold, man. I said, bro, he took your whole pack, bro. He was like, man, I want to fight him for that. I was like, nah, not right now, bro. You should have done that the first time. Should have done that the first time. He was like, man, he ain't taking nothing else from you though, man. I said, bro, listen, guaranteed he's not taking nothing else from you, bro. I said, that's not what we doing, bro. He's not taking nothing else from you, you know what I mean? So he was like, all right, man. So I'm like, bro, chill out, bro. Get some air. We're about to go outside, wreck soon, bro. You know what I mean? Move around, bro. You know what I mean? Move around, man. He was like, yeah, I'm about to come out. So we about to leave out of cell. We leave out of cell. I looked, Taz was waiting for us downstairs already. He was like, here with the joints. All right. He give me the joints. He was like, what's up with that punk? He was like, man, what that coward talking about? I'm like, man, everything's straight though, man. I was like, but look though, appreciate you though, man. I was like, y'all stay away from him though. Those are my last words. I was like, look, y'all stay away from him though, because that's our coward now, bro. That's our coward now, man. He was like, oh, he's everybody coward, Sean. I was like, nah, bro. He's from our town, so we got it, bro. He was like, man, I respect that, Sean. I was trying to tell Top that, like, Top was trying to do, you know what I mean? I was telling Top, like, yo, bro, stay out their business, bro. Like, let the Norfolk dudes handle, you know what I mean? He was like, Top was like, nah, I got him. I know him, I got him. You know what I mean? Like, he got sized up by the Richmond mob, y'all. So boom! Them people accomplished they mission, man. They getting work from him, and they took 2 zips from him, man. So like, you know, they was in there doing their thing. Like, I was glad he said next week, you know what I mean? Because the Richmond mob was doing their thing in there. We had to watch the Richmond mob sell the work. We had to watch. It sound crazy, y'all, but I'm telling y'all, man, like, what do you want us to do? The man cut us off. The man said he looked me in my eyeballs and said, I'd rather be Dolo. After that play happened, he said he'd rather be Dolo. So what you want me to do? What y'all want me to do, man? The man said what he said. He said what he said, and he did what he did, man. So he didn't deserve no backup. He didn't deserve nothing, man, except for us trying to take over this car. You know what I mean? Now, we knew that we couldn't take over the car like that. But I'll be lying to y'all if I didn't tell y'all me and Reese was scheming. Now, we weren't scheming on bucking on him or nothing like that. But we was just scheming on like, yo, we need to find out who the roller is and go ahead and just take it from this clown, man. Because I'm like, yo, this dude on borrowed time for real. He's a lame, you know what I mean? I'm not even really feeling his style. So me and Reese was just at the round table just trying to come up with a good plan. You know what I mean? We was just trying to come up with a good plan to be able to like just take his car. So he was like, you know, the lady in such and such is his car. So he was like, look, we holler at her, bro. Like she might, you know what I mean? She might come around with some real niggas. So I'm like, man, we gonna see, man. I was like, dude, we gonna see what's up though, man. So we was just sitting there. Both of us lit off the la. We just sitting there just thinking. And Reese was like, I got it, Weezy. I got it, Weezy. I'm like, got what? He was like, I got what we gonna do. I got what we gonna do, bro. I said, what we gonna do? What you talking about, man? He said, we gonna take his pack. I was like, what? He was like, yeah, when he get that jump, we gonna take his pack. He said, this time we get in the 4-way. He said, we gonna take the whole 4-way. I'm like, man, you gonna take the man whole 4-way, man? He was like, yeah. Well, you think I'm gonna work for this lame Weezy, man? You think I'm gonna work for him again, man? I'm like, we get in the car though. We got the situation and we get him. All we gotta do is make sure he's straight. He was like, man, look, Weezy, that man don't deserve that, man. He said, that man deserved to check in and don't never look back. He said, we gonna take the pack, Weezy, man. I was like, I thought about it. I was like, bro, you a low down, dirty, crazy, rotten vato. But I like that though. I like that though, y'all. So boom! Just like that, I was with the plan. I'm gonna be honest with you. I was with the plan because at the end of the day though, y'all, what do we got to lose? What do we got to lose? This man cut us off. He didn't want to deal with us. He started dealing with the Richmond team right in our face. And as soon as something happened, now he didn't really beg for our help, but you know, now that we came to him and gave him a proposition about everything, now that everything's like that, now he's acting like he's a little bit more nicer to us, which is so phony, man, because like, I really hate phony people. I don't like people that try to act like things is this way the whole time they feeling this way. I hate that, man. And this is what I know he's doing. You know what I mean? So after me and bro agreed to that's what we was gonna do, we was gonna buck with him, man. We just had to sacrifice all the way up until next week. So I started having random conversations with him just to kind of throw extra mustard on the hot dog. You know what I mean? I was like, hey bro, look, what kind of trap you? I was like, yo bro, what kind of la you getting this time, bro? Like, what is gonna be, bro? Like, you know what I mean? He was like, man, I'm getting this job from my cousin, man. Yeah, my cousin stay out the beach. Yeah, he be growing his stuff. And he know somebody, man, to stay, you know what I mean, out far. He was talking about this neighborhood out Pongo. He was like, yeah, and he be growing the weed out there. And he be getting it from there. And you know what I mean? He was like, I'm about to get that. I'm like, bro, you about to get that 4-way again, bro? He was like, bro, I might get 5, bro. It depends. He was like, you know, she'll bring this, she might just bring the 2. Or sometimes if she feeling good, if it's sweet, she'll bring the whole 4. So I'm like, man, man, I hope she bring that 4, bro. I was like, man, she bring that 4. What kind of split we gonna do? What's good? He was like, look, all I need is $500 fast. He said, I take care of $500. I'm gonna take care of her, bro. He said, you know what I mean? Then I'll take care of another $500. So I'm gonna give her 1,000 because I owe her 5 from last time. So I'm like, why? All right, that's what's up, though, man. I was like, but I'm saying though, like, I was like, look though, man, like you ain't gonna never let her meet nobody, bro. Like, let her meet my peoples, bro. Like, you know, I'm scheming on the low, y'all. On some maniac time, y'all. So boom. I'm like, bro, you ain't gonna never let her meet my peoples, bro. Like, my peoples got to, you know, what's up, bro? You like, nah, I don't let her meet nobody, Weezy, man. Look, we gonna eat. You just gonna have to get to work to my peoples, and we go like that. You know what I mean? He was like, but at the same time, though, man, like, you know, when I get this gonna take a minute. So, you know, once I get the 4, you know, like, I ain't gonna strike again until like another month. But then, you know, y'all can get that. So I'm like, another month? He like, yeah, like, you know, like, man, just we gotta make sure we sell all this first. You know what I mean? I was like, oh yeah, we gonna sell all this, man. Like, we definitely gonna sell all this, man. You know what I mean? I was like, bro, let me ask you a real question though, man. Like, real talk though, bro. Like, this on some real man-to-man type activity, bro. I said, man, I understand you got crossed. I understand you don't need nobody, bro. I was like, bro, once you come up to people and tell them that you don't want to deal with them no more, bro. I said, what's making you deal with us now? And I know that was a crazy, rhetorical, maniac question, but I really wanted to hear his answer. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. He was like, I mean, y'all came to have my back. Well, I wouldn't want to rock with y'all. Y'all came to have my back. But at first, I just thought y'all was like the rest. You know what I mean? Y'all end up losing the whole zip. I was like, bro, we paid for it though, bro. He was like, yeah, I know. I didn't know y'all was gonna pay that fast. I thought y'all was gonna be some people that was in the way and this and that. But he was like, my mind was already made up that I was just gonna do business with Top. I was like, bro, so you was just throwing us away for nothing though, bro. Like, we didn't even really do nothing to you like the dude did in one building. And you just came with that energy like that. He was like, basically, I was like, shh. Like, more and more, I felt good about bucking on this man, y'all. So boom. So the week went by. Man. And now it's that fresh Monday. So we were seeing if this bro was gonna get the pack. Now we were seeing if he was gonna get the pack. You know what I mean? Hollered at Reese. Reese was like, yo, look, this is what we gonna do. Make sure you holler at him and let him know when he get that jump. Let us come up there and help him bag up. He said, when we get up that jump, bro, he said, I'm gonna punch him in his shit. You just take every fucking thing. I was like, all right, bet. That's what we gonna do, bro. I was like, it's fucked up. You know what I mean? But bro don't wanna, I was like, man, fuck it, man. Like, I ain't gonna lie, y'all. Like, I don't be a part of no robberies or nothing like that in prison. Like, I've been telling y'all, but like, this move right here had to be made, man. This man really did everything about spitting our face, man. It felt like he spit in our face the way he carried us, to be honest with y'all, man. So like, this hit was feeling justified, man. I'm not even with this type of time, you know what I mean? But like, you know, you handle a coward accordingly, man, no matter where he's from. So I was like, bro, that's a plan, bro. Bet. That's what we gonna do. You know what I mean? So I seen, bro, when we came back from dinner, I seen Bryce. Hey, look, what's up, bro? When you get that jump, bro, let us know if we can come up there and help you. He was like, oh yeah, for sure. Y'all come up there, we can get right. You know what I mean? He was like, I'm about to get in a little bit, though. Be easy. I was like, all right, bet, just let us know. So he dipped upstairs. I seen Reese. I'm like, bro, he said he about to get that jump a little bit. You know what I mean? So Reese was like, all right, bet. That's a bet. That's a bet. That's a bet. So we chilled, waited. He didn't get it that morning. You know what I mean? So we came back out at the count. He came to his door. He was like, he did like this. When he did that call, I looked at the Richmond mom. They was watching us. I was like, Richmond mom watching us. I say, Reese. Reese came out. Reese was like, you know what I mean? I think the Richmond mom was watching us because I think they really knew that we was going to be low down, dirty, crazy, rotten vatos, y'all. So boom. I think that's why they was watching us. They was all downstairs like, because they probably knew that he had to work, but they was trying to see like what they gonna do. If they ain't gonna do nothing, we gonna do it. Fuck it. Like, I think that's how they really felt. So I looked at Reese. I was like, come on, bro. So we walked across the table, went up the steps like bad dudes. Yo, what's up, bro? What's good? He was like, come in, bro. All right. When there's jump, he was like, yo, tell her close the door. Reese was like, hey, tell her close the door, bro. Tell her close this door. Somebody told him, and John said, yeah, whoosh. And John closed. He was in serious mode. He had his back to us. He was going on his bed. He was like, boom. Came out with that jump. That jump was in a brown paper bag. He was like, He turned around, me and bro was like this. He was like, y'all ready? He was like, you ain't bring no commissary papers? We got a bag up of commissary papers. Reese was like, Weezy, you ain't bring no commissary papers? I was like, before he could say another word, Reese was like, that's the work right there in that bag? He was like, yeah, y'all ready? Reese was like, man, we stole the shit out of his ass, y'all, so boom. Reese popped his dumb ass. This motherfucker, he was like, hey, what you doing, man? Reese was like, what's up, watch y'all, nigga? Boom, boom. He gave like a 3-piece. That nigga was like, boom, boom. He took that 3-piece. He was like, man, what you doing, bro? Man, what's up, man? I was like, man, watch y'all, nigga. I moved him. I ain't punch him. I just moved him. Watch y'all, nigga. I put like my body around the paws. I grabbed a bag. I was like, man, watch out, man. I went back to the John, went to the door. I didn't want to make a scene. I got the bag in my hand. He was like, man, come on, man. But y'all gonna just take my shit, man. But y'all gonna take my shit. And nigga Reese was like, nah, we just ain't gonna take your shit, nigga. Shut the fuck up. Boom. Stole on his ass again. He balled up. Reese just start hitting his ass. Boom. Boom. Like, yo, chill out, bro. Come on, bro. Chill out, man. Don't beat that nigga ass. Nigga, bitch, man. Fuck that nigga, man. Reese was like, yeah, nigga. Yeah, nigga. Yeah, this happened, nigga. And don't you come after us, nigga. Don't you come nowhere near me either, nigga. You need to check the fuck in. That's what the fuck you need to do, bitch. Fuck around with you, nigga. Puss ass, nigga. Fuck around with you, nigga. And it was like, and it was looking like we goddamn stole the goddamn Christmas from his ass. That's my word. And he was like, I'm at the door. Hey, bro, get the door. Get the door, man, bro. Get the door. This word dude came out. I was like, yo, she said she ain't opening no doors to sale break. I'm like, fuck, man. So we stuck in the joint. So with Reese on the wall, I'm standing by the door. He's standing back by his bed. So goddamn, that nigga was like, man, see, that's why I don't fuck with Norfolk niggas. That's why I don't fuck with Norfolk niggas. We're like, bro, listen, bro, you don't fuck with us anyway, nigga. Fuck you talk about, nigga. Shut the fuck up before we beat your ass in here. Hell is wrong with you, nigga? He was like, nah, this is why I don't. Like, bro, listen, you talk to you blue in the face, nigga. I was like, look, this our pack, nigga. This our pack. He was like, y'all ain't trying to get y'all own pack. Y'all fuck that up. Y'all gonna take that. You can have that. I was like, damn right, we gonna have it, nigga. Fuck you gonna do about it, nigga? He was like, yeah, you got that. Yeah, you got that. I said, yeah, nigga. Now you owe that bitch $1,000 then, bitch. Fuck around with you, nigga. You lucky we don't take the bitch, nigga. Fuck around with you, nigga. Reese was like, nigga, man, let me fuck. I was like, nah, bro, don't put your hands on that bitch ass nigga no more. That nigga was like, man, that's all good. Yeah, it's all good. I was like, I know it's all good, nigga. Fuck you talk about, nigga. I know it's all good, nigga. That nigga was like, man, y'all niggas in the way, man. That nigga just kept talking. It's like he was a freak for pain. He was a freak for pain. I looked at the clock. It was 5 minutes to sale break. I turned around. I was like, hey, Reese, man, shut this nigga the fuck up, man. Reese hit that nigga again. Wow, you could hear that punch. That don't say, yeah. He was jumping on his ass. That nigga balled up. That nigga, he kneeled down like this and just balled up. And this nigga was a real deal coward, y'all. So boom. Bro, just keep beating his ass. Boom, boom, boom. Reese was mad, man. Reese was mad that nigga carried us like that. Reese didn't give a fuck about him being from Norfolk. Man, Reese beat that nigga ass. Man, he beat that nigga ass. Boom, boom, boom. And they finally fell. His shit bleeding. He was like, all right, man, all right. All right, y'all already got the shit, man. All right, man. I was like, Reese, chill, Reese. Come on, it's about to be sale break. Ladies start popping doors. That shit jump. That jump open up. We dip. We dip out the joint. So we come out the joint. First person I see coming down the steps was Taz. He was like, y'all ain't right, shawty. I was like, what you talking about? He was like, y'all took that nigga shit. I was like, yeah, we took it. He was like, oh, I was just making sure. Cause y'all didn't. We was going back to take that motherfucking shit again, shawty. I was like, nah, that shit gone. I was like, nigga, you trying to buy some spoons? Fuck around with you, nigga. I did a Denzel on his ass, y'all. Goddamn sale, y'all. So boom. Reese came over that jump. He was like, what's up? I was like, here, bro. I gave him his 2 zips. I held my 2 zips. I was like, bro, 2 zips a piece. You know what I mean? 4 of them jumps in that bag. I gave him 2 of them jumps. I kept 2 of them jumps. My 2 jumps, I went on a sled to the old head. I slid to the old head. This is my word. I slid them jumps to the old head. I told Reese, I said, look, bro, give somebody that shit to hold for you, bro. I said, because I don't trust that motherfucking nigga, bro. I do not trust him. He was like, bet. So goddamn, he gave it to somebody. I gave it to somebody. So bro stay in the cell. He don't come out for lunch. He don't come out for nothing. He stay in that bitch all the way to outside rec. So when they call outside rec, that's when he finally emerged with his shit fucked up. He went in front of the booth. You know what I mean? The lady seen him. The lady seen the nigga. This is my word. But I think he already checked in on the intercom anyway. So he come out and leave. The lady let him leave. So everybody already know like the nigga checking in. That's what the fuck he need to do. So as soon as the nigga leave to go check in, word, the Richmond niggas went upstairs and took the rest of his shit. They took his CD player. I should have grabbed his CDs, man, because that nigga's a bitch, man. I know this sound petty, man, but this is how penitentiary is, man. This is the shit that happened in penitentiary, man. You will be 8 in that bitch, man. Pause, man. Like, niggas don't give a fuck. to be honest with you, man. But like, I just felt like he deserved everything he had coming to him, y'all. So boom. So he left. The nigga left, man. That's my word. We locked down for the 3:30, 4 o'clock count. You know what I mean? We in a cell chilling. I look up, I see the police coming from the backside from my joint. I look, they coming from the slider. I look again, I'm like, what the fuck? But I don't have nothing in there. I felt like it was gonna be a banana in the tailpipe. Pause. And they come straight out, Joe. Open up 41. Open my door. Boosh. Next thing you know, I hear them opening up bro cell downstairs. Step out. Step out. Niggas take us by the shower. Strip search me at the shower. Strip search the shit out of me. Strip search my roommate. Went in my cell. Tore my shit up. Tore my shit up. This fucking coward went back there and fucking told, man. This nigga went back there and told, man. That's my word, man. That nigga went back there and told. Long story short, they didn't find a goddamn thing. They didn't find shit. I made it through. Bro made it through. But this was the whole maniac shit about this, man. That nigga checked in and never came back out. So by the time I got to 3D, like he wasn't in the hole, but they say he was back there a long time. So I met dudes that knew him back there. And a nigga told me that, and I didn't even pay no mind because I never even seen a lady no more like that after the situation. But a nigga back there told me that he lined the CO up just to get to a level 2. So he ended up lining the CO up on some probably recording junk, like for the told the people I can line her up, man. He lined the lady up, got the lady fired, all type of shit, man, just so he can get to a level 2. So they said that fucking coward went to a level 2, man. But you know, dangerous things happen, man, when you want to be Dolo. You know what I mean? Now, if you can stand to be Dolo, nigga. Don't cut niggas off for nothing, bro, just because you on some whack shit. You know what I mean? That shit backfired on this lame ass, y'all. And that's just how the story went. And that's the end of the damn story, y'all. I appreciate y'all for watching, man. Y'all already know the count, man. Stay your ass out the way, man. Your family needs you, man. Period. But y'all already know what it is, man. This was the weekend banger. So what y'all do this one? Like, shit, this raps, man. Let's go. But be safe out there, people. And stay your ass all the way.
Get your money, don't care who judge. Stay out the way, surround yourself with nothing but love. Stay out the way, if you a gangster, killer or thug. Stay out the way, put your faith in the man above. Stay out the way, chill with your family, siblings and blood. Stay out the way, kick it with your girl, forget hit in the club. Stay out the way, mind on your money, ain't no switching it up. Stay out the way, stand out the way, what you thought that it was. Stay out the way. If you stuck down on your luck, not feeling righteous, did a petty crime, just looking for some excitement. Now your name on affidavits and court indictments get paid for a lot, but your freedom is priceless. You did the crime, you do the time, don't let it surprise you. Real stories from the heart, just to open your eyes up.